Easy here. Well, I'm showing you a bit of the countryside in the canton of Jura. And what you probably see in far off is a whole series of windmills. Strangely enough, none of them seem to be turning. A few of them are turning further off over there. So I'm going to try and see if I can get over to them. Because Switzerland is trying, I would say, in many respects to go green, if I could say. And I think this is one of these experiments where they're trying to evaluate, I guess, how much, how you call it, the eco-balance, if it's worth, you know, going like for how much you get out of these, things as far as electricity is concerned for costs and everything. So we'll see if we can get any closer. Take care. Okay, DC here again. So here we are on the top of the hill that's called here Mont-Soleil. So it's, as I said, it's a bit of an experiment in aeolian energy, so wind. I've always wondered, you know, like when you see them turn, like why isn't this one turning? I don't know. And that one over there is turning at a relatively moderate speed. So let's see. By the way, just showing you around or up here. So it's quite nice. Hello, Mrs. DC. So let's go walk around and see if we can see something else. I mean, right here we see two of them, but I don't know how to. I made a few pictures before. I don't know how they'll come out, but there's quite a few here on the mountain. I mean, we're talking about like something like, oh, hard for me to say actually. I saw at least 10 or 12 coming along the way here. So we will see. What is it? Oh yeah, okay. So Mrs. DC is making me notice that over there there's also these photovoltaic, so I mean for solar cells over there in the far off. So let's walk along and see. Okay, so they say this is an extension of the windmill, so Aeolian Park. So by the end of 2010 they're going to have 8 new. So they can produce between 9 and 40 million kilowatt hours. That's a pretty big, I would say, difference between 9 and 40. So if you have to count on that. So what it says here actually though is that as well, is that there's going to be 16 in all. So I wasn't that far off when I said I thought I saw 12. Okay. Talking about other things that make energy or gas, cows. Yes, so I mean if we're talking about eco balances here we are. So I'll be back in a second if we see something else. Okay, DC will be signing off for a moment now. Take care. I was expecting it to be a bit more noisy than that. You can't hear it, but I was expecting to have more noise. Okay, so as we're coming up here, we can see the solar panels, and over there, a very small observatory. Now, I can guess it might not be too bad here for as far as that's concerned, because we're a little bit more in the countryside, so there's a lot less city lights out here. So I can understand why there'd be a little observatory. Yeah, all these solar panels. From what I understand, it's a bit part of an experiment, like I was saying before, to evaluate and see, I guess, as well, a bit the feasibility. Oh well, to each his own. I'm not quite certain that on this level that it's feasible. I mean, you would have to have so many, but you know, maybe some specialists are out there. Yeah. You see here, I'm back again. Well, we're on a little, I would say, a mid-mountain pass. And we're about 30 miles, probably about something like that, 30 miles probably from the first part. I suppose this will be the first part of this vid where I showed you the windmills. And this place is called La Vue des Alpes, which means Alp view, which is what I'll try and show you here. If you look there, it's a nice panorama of the Alps. I'll try and get it a little bit more into view. You know, it's always something when you have to film in the sun, well, or in the sun, or when there's a glare. You always kind of wonder, because I've got, you know, the little screens that we get don't always really show us what we're looking at. That was the advantage of the old style cameras, wasn't it? Okay. So let's see, if we're going to look at nice views, I can show you Mrs. DC while I'm at it. There you are, there's Mrs. DC. And back to the mountains. Oh, look here. Yeah. One of those little toboggans. I'm going to back off a little bit and see. Okay. Somewhere, okay, right in front of us. Let me try and get to it. Okay, guys, look here. Where Mrs. DC's finger is should be Mont-Blanc. So the highest mountain in Europe, 4,465.
C'est le massif du Mont-Blanc.
So, yeah, but we can, actually, we do see it. Yes, we do. We go over that tree. There's a tree right in front of us. Got a little trailer car. To the left, up that tree, and now let's try and zoom in.
Mais c'est pas ça, c'est le.
Yeah, that is the Mont Blanc. It's
Ah oui, c'est le Mont Blanc.
Yeah,
ah, ouais,
it should be
c'est
Mont
ça.
Blanc.
Ben, on le voit bien en ce cas-là.
So that should be Mont Blanc over there.
Aujourd'hui, on
and
le voit
over there should be the Bernese Mountains. Okay, guys, so that's about it. I guess that's about right. So that should be Mont Blanc, Chamonix. So like where they had Olympics many years ago.
C'est les dents de midi, ça, juste en face aussi.
Okay. So guys, you've seen it here. So DC will be signing off again. Take care.